Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3. We shall read verses 8, 9 and 10 together. Niyatam kuru karma tvam karmajyayo hyakarmanaha sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyeda karmanaha yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunte mukta sangas samachara sahayajñāh prajas srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadhvam eshavostishta kamadhuk. In response to Arjuna's question, to gain more clarity about the path of action and knowledge, Bhagavan Shri Krishna said, there seems to be a choice between these two, but based on our evolution, there is only one that we can choose. Majority of people, it is the path of action, that is the path available for most. And if we anyway have to act, it is wiser to act in a way that we can move beyond this realm of action to that state of perfection, that is state of actionlessness. So Bhagavan indicated what kind of actions to be performed. He said niyatam karma. So those ordained duties that one is supposed to perform based on various relations one has with the people, place, things, etc. And these duties also are to be performed in the spirit of yajna. The spirit of yajna is indicated in these two words that are used as a part of the yajna, swaha idam namama, where swaha indicates an attitude of offering to something, dedicating to something higher, nobler, and idam namama, not owning it up, possessing that act of offering also. So not having that attachment to that offering also. So this twofold attitude which is called the attitude of yajna, the spirit of yajna, in which I contribute as a part of a community, as a part of a cooperative endeavor. I contribute whatever I can, in whichever measure I can, to the fulfillment of that common noble goal. So, what is this yajna for which everything has to be done? So, yajnartha means one is for the sake of yajna also. Other meaning we saw, yajnartha means that which is done in the spirit of yajna. Yajnartha means for the sake of yajna. And what is this for the sake of yajna? So, in the scriptures it is said, Yajno vai Vishnuhu. Yajna is one of the names of the Lord. So, Yajnartha means for the Lord, dedicating it to the Lord. And what is it that the Lord is worshipped? What are the qualities that are worshipped as, we say that, these are the qualities of the Lord. What are these things? So, for example, knowledge. Knowledge is worshipped because in infinite measure that knowledge is there with the Lord. Power is worshipped. That is also there with the Lord in infinite measure. Age is worshipped. He is not old, he is ancient. So that way age also he has. So in everything that we see, abilities, we respect abilities. Those abilities are also immeasurable in the Lord also. So we find that in every way the Lord is complete, and therefore only worshipful and only worthy of dedication is the Lord, and yajnartha dedicated to that Lord. Whatever we do, that is the only way of remaining free from bondage if we have to even perform our duties. One more reason for this action and action in the spirit of yajna, here Bhagavan is giving, saying that the Creator himself has said, after creating this entire universe, he has said, Praja Srishtva. Having created this universe, the Creator has said, Purovacha. Earlier itself he has said, what? Anena prasavishyadhvam eshavostishtakamaduka. You shall grow with this spirit of yajna alone, with which this entire creation is created. Now we may say, if the Creator has said, why is it so important? We all understand this in modern perspective, that any object or any product that we buy, it always comes with a user manual. Who gives that user manual? It is the manufacturer, the producer himself gives the user manual. And what is the user manual meant for? To give us maximum happiness through that product. How to use that product so as to gain maximum happiness out of it is the purpose of the user manual. Means you don't do such things, otherwise you will land up in sorrow. You take care of these things, and you use it this way, and these are the various features available. Make use of them in the right way, and you will get maximum happiness out of it. That is the purpose of the user manual. And who is giving the user manual? The producer himself is giving the user manual. When does he give the user manual? Along with the product. Similarly, if here we say that Bhagavan, the Creator, having created this universe, has said something, means what is it? It is a user manual for this creation. So, how to live in this creation so that we get maximum happiness? He says, Anena Yajnena. With this yajna spirit only, if you live and act in this world, in this creation, you shall grow, you shall prosper, and may it be your wish fulfiller. Esha vaha ishtakamadhuk. Kamadhuk means kamadhenu, the cow that gives us, fulfills all desire. Ishta, whatever we like. So may this yajna be your kamadhenu that will fulfill all your desires. Means anything you want can be achieved if you work in the spirit of yajna. And that is why Puja Gurudev, whenever we organized any big programs in Chinmaya mission, he always called it as yajna. That is why Jnana Yajna. Jnana Yajna also is a term which is there in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter. But he picked it up and popularized it. So he said it is Yajna. It is in the spirit of Yajna, a cooperative endeavor. All contribute their bit to the overall goal. This is the beauty of this Yajna. And the Creator Himself, what does the user manual of this universe say? It says you work in the spirit of Yajna. Now we may say, what is the proof that the Creator has said this? Because we want proof for some things which we don't agree with. Whatever we like, for that we don't ask for proof. But some things, why, where is the proof? Where did he say? And now Bhagavan is saying, is that not proof enough? Yeah, that is proof enough, but then still you tell me whatever. Is there any proof? Now, if we think about it, if we read Vedic scriptures and all, Veda as ritual also, there are so many yajnas given there. So first and foremost, 80% of the Vedic mantras are all do's and don'ts, vidhi nisheda, and in that majority are yajnas. Even our Puranas and all are described to be conversations between the great Suta Puranik, the great Suta Ji, who was a knower of Puranas, with Shaunakadi rishis who were performing yajna. And in the break in between, they were discussing about the great sports of the Lord. So every scripture of ours is pointing out at yajna. Even the ritualistic part. Not just the ritualistic part. We see in so many places the act of cooperation is talked about. In specific suktams like Purusha Suktam, this yajna is talked about. Yajnena yajnamayajanta devaha tani dharmani pratamhanyasan tehanakam mahimanas sachante yatra purve sadhyasanti devaha. All these, the whole srishti, the whole creation has come about through yajna. So this is the spirit that has been highlighted in every place. Not just this, if we see in nature also, all around us, only being that is not considered as a representative of nature is human being. Because he does everything even opposed to nature also. And there is nothing wrong as long as we are not destroying things. But somehow now, because of this ability, the intellectual capacity and little bit of freedom that is given to us, now we discovered, we invented so many different new things. And because of that, our lifestyles are going against nature somehow, which is again the flip side of this intelligence. But if we look at anything else other than this human being, everywhere we can easily see the spirit of yajna. For example, if we look at a tree. Now a tree grows for whom? If you look at it, what does a tree get out of growing? What does a tree get out of standing in the rain, in the sunshine, in the cold weather, in the hot weather? It is still standing. What does it do for itself? What is available? Okay, there are fruits. Okay, fruits. Does any tree eat its own fruits? Never. Shade. Does the tree benefit out of the shade it is giving? No. In fact, it's so beautiful about the tree. When it is small, it has a threat from the nearby animals like, any herbivores and all. They may come and eat goats and cows and all. They may come and eat. It is a threat. But that same tree, when it grows big, those same animals come and rest in the shade of that tree. So it is all giving, sharing. A river, why does a river flow? What does a river get out of flowing? Only giving. Any element of nature we see, everywhere there is the spirit of giving, sharing, the spirit of yajna. some contribution in some way or the other. This nature is showing us, demonstrating to us. Any example we may take. Even if we chop off a sandalwood tree, the axe is scented. So it gives to somebody who is hostile to oneself. Now what to talk of someone who is taking care? So this spirit is seen everywhere. So one side in the scriptures there is proof, other side in the creation there is proof that yajna is all over the place and everything is growing well because of the spirit of yajna. Bhagavan here, the creator, Bhagavan is saying that the creator has advised the entire creation, including human beings, to stay in yajna. But this advice is specifically for human beings. Why? Because others are anyway following it. For us, we have to be told, because we seem to have a choice. So therefore, do this, follow this. So this attitude of yajna, the entire creation has come about through yajna, and the creator has advised that it is only through yajna that one will grow and gain happiness. So therefore, this is also a very important reason why one should act in the spirit of yajna. Now, the point is, the creator has said, okay, but how will this happen? A spirit of yajna, I start working in the spirit of yajna, then I'll be happy and I'll grow. How? How does that happen? So here, Bhagavan, as though he is still narrating what all the creator has said, has advised, means he is reading out the user's manual for this creation. So he is further saying in the following verses. So we'll now read verse number 11. Please repeat. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantah shreyah paramavapsyatha. Here, the words are of course of the creator only, but for us to understand, first we need to understand this word deva, devata. So who are these devatas that is being talked about in this verse? Deva means, traditionally speaking, each and every phenomenal force, every aspect of nature has a presiding deity according to the scriptures. So those presiding deities, for example, now the sun, when we see the sun, it is a golden round ball of fire. That is what we are seeing, brilliant circle in the sky. What we are seeing, that orb of fire, that is actually the Adi Bhautik form, the physical gross form of sun. But the scriptures say there is a divine form of sun also, Adi Daivik form also, and that also is that is called the presiding deity of the sun. Now, how do we understand this? For example, there is, when we see a land ruled by a ruler or a government, we say that there is law and order in the land. Okay? There is law and order in the state. Right? So now this law and order is seen because there is no crime, people are living a harmonious life, they are not destroying each other or troubling each other. So there is law and order in the society. This is our perception, what we see outside. But this law and order is maintained by there is a law and order minister. There is a minister who is taking care of the portfolio of law and order. Under him, there are various officers, various departments, which are ensuring and enforcing this law in the land. Therefore, we say there is law and order. Now, this who is the law minister, we do not know. We are not seeing that person. But what are we seeing? The effect of his rule. This is the concept of, we are seeing the physical sun, but we are not seeing the Surya Devata who is ensuring that this is functioning the way it is. So there is a conscious entity that is empowering and enabling these physical forces of nature. That is why we say Surya Devata, Vayu Devata, Agni Devata. So what we are seeing is the physical form. But what is really enabling that is the divine form. So that is called Devata here. So if we say that, okay, this is, this typical example that Puja Gurudev gives. When we go to the office, from outside itself, we will know that the boss is inside the cabin or not. How? If we see everybody at their own work desk and working sincerely, we know the boss is inside. And if everybody is just chit-chatting, whiling their time, and most of them are not there at their desk, all these things, then we know the boss is not there. We are not seeing the boss. But when that boss is there, everything is functioning properly. That is, so the Devata is not seen, but the force of nature is functioning. Therefore, the Devata is there. That is why even for our eyes, the sense of sight, it is said the presiding deity is the sun, Surya Devata. It is because if there is no light, I cannot see. Eyes may be good, but I cannot see if there is no light. So therefore, this presiding deity, the grace of that deity is required so that I am able to see. So similarly, every part of this creation has a physical form and a subtler divine form, which is called Devatas here. This is one explanation. Another expression that Puja Gurudev used was Devata means the inherent potential, the productive potential in everything. Utpadan Kshamata, productive potential in everything. Everything has some or the other ability, possibility. That is a Devata. What are the various possibilities? Anything, any object, we say, okay, this table, what are the possibilities of this table? If we sit and list down, it will be innumerable possibilities. But all that put together and much more is the Devata behind it. Even in us, in every limb of ours, there are possibilities. These possibilities is what is called as Devatas, according to Puja Gurudev. This productive potential in everything. These Devatas, here the verse says that Anena Devan Bhavayata. With this yajna, through this yajna, you all worship the Devatas. So, when we are offering arghya to the sun, Surya Arghya Pradhanam. So it is not because many people look at people, that they are pouring pot of water in front of the sun. What is the use of this? Why are they unnecessarily wasting water? It is not to this physical sun. It is a Surya Devata who is worshipped through that. Similar to when we are having, now Shivalinga is there. We offer Abhisheka to the Shivalinga. It is not, we are not worshipping that as a stone. We are worshipping that as the Lord who is here represented as the stone. So we are connected to the subtler divine aspect, which is not seen by the eyes. So even when we greet each other, in our culture, we join our hands and say, "Oh, Namaste, Hari Om," whatever we do. So this is also the same significance. The self in you is the self in me. We are one. And I am greeting you, remembering that we are not two different people. Because we are connected to the deeper self. So this is the, so using this in the spirit of yajna, all actions are being done to worship the devatas, the law administrators of all the phenomenal forces, if we can understand that way. So all the phenomenal forces are obeying certain laws. So there is a law administrator which is making sure that everything is in place. So this verse, Bhagavan is saying that may you all worship these devatas through the spirit of yajna. Now, in the ritualistic way, what used to happen when there was a fire and then the oblations were offered, there were mantras taking the name of all these devatas. Om Indraya Swaha, Indraya Idam Namama. Om Suryaya Swaha, Suryaya Idam Namama. Om Vayave Swaha, Vayave Idam Namama. So all the devatas' names were taken and they were, and fire is considered to be Yajnavaha, means the one who carries these offerings to those devatas as per our mantra. So it is like when we are, when we send a courier, so we write the address and then it is delivered to the right address. So this mantra is like the address and this fire is like the divine courier. As soon as we offer, gone, delivered, instant delivery. That is why mantras have to be chanted correctly with correct pronunciation, intonation, etc. Otherwise, it will be wrongly delivered somewhere else. And instead of Ram, Ravan will come. So, correct address is required. So, when such yajnas were performed, then what happened? Because of that, the devatas were worshipped, nourished. And when the devatas were nourished, they also in return nourished the people who are worshipping. So what are these devatas? The phenomenal forces, the law administrators of the phenomenal forces. Therefore, there will be enough sunlight, enough warmth, enough winds, enough rains, everything will be all in right measure. This is how it was. Ram Rajya is described like that only. Ram Rajya used to say people as much of sunlight they wanted, they got that much only. Not more, not less. As much rains they wanted, only that much it rained. Not more, not less. Because more or less, both is destruction. So it was perfect. So when everyone worships the devatas and nourish the devatas through these worships, the devatas also in return worship and nourish us, give us a bountiful, all the crops are well grown and the land is fertile, there is enough rains, there is enough shine, everything is as required, and that's what is prosperity, growth. This is how it used to work. Even now, in the spirit of cooperation, when everyone gets together and works for a higher goal, what happens? That goal, once attained, is benefiting everyone. Sometimes, and it is known fact only, sometimes we may say that, a handful of people, we do something, and people sometimes, when we also undertake some project or something, we say, how can we make a difference to the entire system? It is very difficult, we can't do much and all. But the important aspect is, even in the past and in the present and maybe in the future also, it will be only a few people who will live a life in the spirit of yajna, but the benefit will be reaped by the entire community. Today also the same thing is happening. If we look at it, there are few people who are really living the right type of life and everybody around is benefiting. It is always like that. Even in an institution of a family, is every member of the family going out to earn money? One or two members must be earning, but the whole family is benefiting. Similarly, people who are at home, they are taking care of the household. And when people from outside, when they come, they are getting everything clean, spick and span. There was this very funny video. This woman was very tired and exhausted and said, "No, I am tired of this taking care of this household and I don't want to work anymore. I want a break. I want to go somewhere and all." So this man says, don't worry. I'll help you. I want to tell you something. It's a secret I had kept for a long time, but I think today is the day I should tell. So what is it? That come here, I'll show you. He showed one basket. So this is a magical basket that we have. Don't tell anyone. I also did not tell this to anybody till now, but I'm telling you so that you don't have to worry about all this work and all. Said, what is this magical basket? Said, you put all clothes in that. Next day, automatically the clothes are folded and they are there in the cupboard. How it happens, I don't know. But it happens. Every single day this happens. And then he took her to another room. Said, you see this coffee table? This magic coffee table. You, whatever mess you leave this in, you just step out for 2 hours and come back. Everything is cleaned up. It's magical. Everything disappears. And I have tried also sometimes. I have messed it up more and more. And this woman is looking at him and saying, are you serious? And he says, I am really serious. I also did not believe it. Now this woman, what will such a woman do? She packed her bags and left. Now the police has come. So because a woman also was missing, so a woman police also had come and other police officer. So this man said, I think my wife by mistake must have fallen on this coffee table and must have disappeared. And that woman police officer, she said, are you serious? And then another man in the police force only said, I also have such a coffee table at home. It is really magical. The point is, somebody is working and everybody is benefiting. So it happens in one household, one family also. So same thing happens in the community also. Same thing happens in the city, in the country. What is there? That does not mean that I should not do anything. I am doing it because I feel that is the right thing to do. So spirit of yajna is not a choice. But if I am doing it and everybody is benefiting. That is the whole idea. That is the whole idea of what is prasada buddhi. Prasada buddhi means whenever we get prasad, we go to a temple and then we get prasad. What do? Whenever we get prasad, whatever it is, it may be tiny little thing. It will be like a 1/4 piece of a peda. We will wrap it in a tissue and take home. Now at home there will be 10 people. Little one pinch I give to everyone. And then little bit is sticking to my hand. I just take that. Prasad. I had prasad. And all of us at home had prasad. This is the attitude. That I went to the temple. Others did not accompany me. But the benefit of the prasad everyone got. So this is the spirit of yajna, where he's saying that devan bhavayatanena. Through this yajna, you worship the devatas, nourish them. This is what in modern days we are saying we have to be environment conscious and we have to take care of the environment. This is all there in our scriptures. In Vishnu Sahasranama, one of the names of Bhagavan is Vriksha. So in our culture, knowing that he is Vriksha, who will destroy? We never destroyed. It was never a part of our culture. Never deforestation. There are rituals to chop off a tree also. There are rituals. The people who are assigned the job, they would go one day before and do a puja of that tree. They will seek forgiveness. They will even embrace and cry. Say that we have to, because this is necessary. And then there is the ritual, part of the ritual is the axe with which they used to, nowadays they have power saw and all those things. Earlier they used to do it with an axe. The axe, the sharp end of the axe used to be smeared with honey. That was the spirit, just to soften the blow. And with that, they used to, with lot of reverence, devotion, they used to do one tree. And for one tree, they used to plant at least 10 more. That was the spirit with which it used to happen. Our culture never destroyed environment. We always took care of it. We believe in ahimsa paramo dharma. How would we create so much of violence in nature? That is what we are. So it is easily understood here that Devan Bhavayatanena, you worship and nourish this entire creation through this yajna, and Te Devaha Bhavayantuvaha, and in return, all these natural forces will bless you. You will get what you want. All your desires will be fulfilled, because this is what the prosperity is, this only. And this way, here the Creator is saying, Parasparam Bhavayantaha. This way, mutually helping each other, providing for each other, worshipping each other. Shreyah Param Avapsyatha. You attain supreme goodness. Param Shreyah. So, what is our duty? That is also indicated. And what will nature have to offer as a return to us? That also is indicated. And Param Shreya. Shreya means well-being. It is not what I want, what I like, what will make me happy. No, not just that. Param Shreya means the supreme well-being of everyone. When everyone is safe, secure, happy, I will also be there, because in everyone I am also included. So, Shreyah Param Avapsyatha. And Param Shreya means not just well-being in this worldly sense, but also in the spiritual sense, the supreme knowledge, the purity of mind, and the self-realization. All this is attained by this yajna spirit. There's this very famous story all of us must have somewhere read sometime. Bhagavan Mahavishnu, he threw a party and he invited all the devatas and also the asuras. And they put both of them in different rooms. And he said, before you start eating, I want to announce something. That there is one rule here, that you should not bend your elbow. Eat. So the asuras, without bending, they felt that they have been cheated. Some of them were doing upas since 2 days, because Vaikuntha food is special. So you don't get it easily. So he said, 2 days we are hungry. And then now, without bending the elbow, how can we eat? Somebody tried dropping it from the height. Somebody tried throwing it up and then going and catching it with the mouth. It was a mess and chaos. And somebody said that, why are you taking away so much? And you are doing the lot of fights and everything. On the other hand, Devata's section, they were all looking at each other. And there must be something here. What is it? We are not able to understand. Why did Bhagavan say not to bend your elbow? Must be something. So then they got an idea. So each of them got into pairs and then they started feeding each other. Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah param avapsyata. And when I have to feed the other, I know that that other only is going to feed me. So now what will I start thinking? I will not think about what I want. I will start thinking about what should I feed you? What do you want? You tell me. हाँ? तुमको ज़्यादा सब्जी चाहिए या दाल चाहिए बताओ. Why? Because I am taking for you. And that person also says, you tell me what you want. I will give you that. And so both are happy. Secondly, nobody is taking and hoarding things. Why? Because nobody is taking anything for themselves. So there is no hoarding happening. There is no inequality in the society. If we look at it, this is Gurudev used to call this a spiritual socialism. This parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah param avapsyata. He used to say this is spiritual socialism. If you look at it, everybody is treated equally because nobody is thinking about oneself. So there is no aggrandization, there is no greed, nothing. Because what I am thinking of, what will I take in my plate? What I want to feed the other. So my consideration is what you want, not what I want. So automatically, I am not taking too much. So there is enough for everyone. This is what is beauty. And now in this day and age, if we try to establish equality from outside through force and everything, that is not going to work. This is what is required. Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah param avapsyata. And this is how growth happens. This is how prosperity is there. Abundance is there. And more than abundance, there is a sense of abundance. That is more important actually. Mahalakshmi Devi has many names. One of the names is Daridrya Dhvamsinyai Namaha. Daridrya Dhvamsini means one who removes, takes away, gets rid of, destroys Daridrya. Now what is this Daridrya or Daridrata? Daridrata is not poverty. Daridrata is the feeling of poverty. I don't have enough. That is what is Daridrata. I may have lots, but still if I feel I don't have enough, I am Daridra. And a person who may have the bare minimum, but feels I have enough, he is rich. Because actually, what we need, if we have that much, we are rich. But if we do not have as much as we need, we are poor. So it is that feeling of abundance that comes up when we live in a spirit of yajna in the society, in the family, in the country. It's very important. When we see a bird, when we see an animal, when we see a tree, any being, anything, when we respect that, even inanimate objects, our own footwear, for example, how we treat our footwear, that way the footwear will treat us. If we just throw it here and there and all, next day when I have to go, I have to look for it. Now, where is it? I don't know where it is. So, if I misuse it, abuse it, it will also not stay long. It will also not serve me enough. So, I have to respect every aspect of life. This is the spirit of yajna. And this is the creator has said, this is in the user manual of this universe. So if we follow, we get happiness. If we don't, we suffer. So here, that is why he is saying that from any standpoint, this parasparam bhavayantaha, this is a very, very beautiful thing. Even in the household, even if there are just two people, husband and wife, or brother, sister, anybody, just two people also, this is important. So this can be thought of from the perspective of a ritual also, from the perspective of the entire nature also, from the perspective of the entire cosmos also, from the perspective of individual families structure unit also, in the this thing of entire community. Everywhere we find that it is very, very relevant, and we need to learn to respect, and this give and take has to be very graceful. Sometimes we may feel, oh, I am a self-made man, I don't need any help of anyone. This is a myth. No, I can live myself, I don't need anybody's support. So we say, where do you have your farms, where you can start your farming? Why? Because that's where you have to begin if you want to eat. Because you need the farmer, you need the people to get it from the farms to your home. You need somebody to cook, you need somebody to serve, and then you eat. And even eating, the digestion is happening. We can't take any credit for that. Whatever we throw in, everything gets digested. We don't do anything. We make it more and more difficult. Throw challenges to the digestive system. But it is efficiently working. And we can't take credit for that. So many microorganisms are there. All these are working. They are serving us. Parasparam Bhavayandanda. This is beauty. So at every level, if we understand this and accommodate everyone and think as one unit, that's when this yajna spirit is completely fulfilled. Now, continuing, here Bhagavan is saying in the next verse, and very strong statement he is making here in the next verse. Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha tairdattana pradayebhyah apradayebhyah yo bhungte stena eva saha. See, very beautifully, this is like such a beautiful user's manual. What does a manual say? You plug it in, this light will, for example, now charging the phone, let us say. So this LED will light up, red color light you will see. Then after it is charged, that red light will turn into green. And when it turns green, you turn it off. Okay, this is user manual. Now here the point is, it turning from red to green, the manual says it will happen. It will be followed always. So the manufacturer has so much of confidence. He says it will happen. It will turn from red to green when it is fully charged. There is no flaw on that side. But you have to unplug it immediately. That is your job. Better do it. And if you do not, then due to overcharging and overheating, the phone will get destroyed. Then you don't blame me. Right? We understand this. This is exactly what he is saying. So beautiful. He says, Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. Yajna bhavitaha devaha. These people who, these devatas, means these phenomenal forces, the law administrators of these phenomenal forces, these devatas will, ones who are worshipped through this yajna, will grant you whatever you want. In that, there is no doubt, because that is how I have made it. Turning from red to green, it will happen. Like that, the devatas will grant you what you want. Those devatas who are yajna bhavitaha, who have been worshipped through yajnas, those devatas will grant you what you need. Ishtan bhogan devaha dasyante. Ishtan bhogan dasyante. These people, devatas, will give you whatever you need. There is no doubt. But here there is doubt. So instruction is required. And this instruction is given in a very different way. If you don't do it, your phone will get destroyed. Like that. He's saying, Tair Dattan, that which has been given by the Devatas, Ebhyah Apradaya, if you do not offer back to them or to the society or to the nature, if it is not offered back, then Yaha Bhumte, and is only consumed by us, then he says, Tenaha Evasaha, he is called a thief. What a strong statement. And this is the user manual. He's saying, if they will definitely give you, they will bless you whatever you want, because you have done your job, they are happy, they will give you. There is no doubt. But one who receives all these gifts from nature and only indulges and does not share it with the community or gives back to nature, such a person is called a thief. Yo bhungte stena eva saha. He is a thief alone. He can't be called anything else. What strong statement. So what it means is that here the instruction is only for us. We will get whatever we have to get, but it has to be shared. Even in the terms of economics also, we understand that there has to be flow of money. Fluidity is required. If somebody amasses and keeps, then what happens? This demand is increasing, supply is decreasing, the costs are increasing, and then there is all inequality and lot of problems, and there will be looting, plundering, all sorts of negativity. Everything will grow in the society only if we do not ensure this. It has to be a flow. If there is no flow, the flow is stopped. Even in a river, if the water is not flowing, what happens to the stagnant water? It stinks. Similarly, here also, he says, you offer, they will give you gifts. You offer it back, again it will come. You keep that flow on. Always you will be prosperous. But you hold on, that's the downfall. So, very beautiful, Bhagavan is saying, I don't doubt them giving you. My doubt is you only. You better give properly. Tair Dartan Apradayebhyah Yogante Stena Evasa. Now further, still that Creator's words is continuing, and we will see that tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.